Good morning, Palace, and good morning to all our viewers that are watching across the country and, in fact, across the continent if you're watching on DSTV. Yes, all roads lead to the Nasrec Expo Centre, which is just behind the FNB Stadium here in Johannesburg. And this is where the 5th National Policy Conference of the African National Congress is taking place over the next 6 days. And we're here to cover that process unfolding. Why is it important? Because it's the ruling party. The ruling party decides policies which affect you and I, and we'll be unpacking those policies throughout the course of the duration of this policy conference. And this is an opportunity for them to review their current policies, adopt any or decide on some of the changes to policy depending on what they've seen and what they've discussed, and then that gets adopted later on at the national conference, which will be taking place later in the year in December. President Jacob Zuma is expected to address delegates, and we'll be taking that speech for you live when it happens, and we'll keep you posted on that. But in this makeshift studio that we've created for you, we'll be talking to a number of senior leaders this morning, starting with Jeff Radebe, who's the head of policy for the ANC, and we'll talk to other leaders during the course of the morning as well. But I'm not alone. I'm joined by Aldrin Sampear, who's outside in the cold. He's going to be greeting some of the participants as they come in. Let's say good morning to Aldrin right now. Good morning, Aldrin.
Good morning, Peter. Certainly a cold morning here in Nasrec as we wait for the delegates to make their way to this the 5th policy conference of the ANC, which will be taking place here in Nasrec. A couple of policy proposals that have been made, especially from the provinces. And I guess one of the things that we'll be focusing on quite closely is proposals from provinces such as the Northwest and Gauteng, that there'll be an expansion of the leadership of the ANC. That's the top officials of the ANC. Some saying that there should be 2 deputy presidents, there should be 2 additional deputy secretary generals of the party. So we'll have to wait and see how exactly that unfolds. But I think the big debate at this conference will, of course, be the issues around the economy and redefining or defining radical economic transformation. What does it mean? Does this also mean that the policies of the country need to be repurposed to serve that agenda of radical economic transformation, but also the debate around white monopoly capital? And then, of course, the big one is the debate around land. Should Section 25 of the Constitution be amended? President Jacob Zuma is certainly for it, and there are those who are supporting him, including the province of KwaZulu-Natal, saying that that section should be amended to allow for land expropriation without compensation. But these are various topics that we'll be unpacking with various guests as they make their way here to the policy conference, as you've indicated, Peter, as well as political analysts to give us some sort of insights in terms of the policy proposals. It's back to you in studio.
All right, thank you so much to our team based in Nasrec. That's Peter Ndora and Aldrin Sampear. We'll surely be crossing back to them in a short while for the latest in relation to the ANC policy conference that starts today. Remember that this is where the ANC will make some reviews on policy, make changes, make recommendations, and of course, some new policies to the conference. So do stay tuned to Morning Live. As I said, this is where the better part of the show will be from this morning. All right, Valen is not in studio.